Chapter 17. Surprise present. Leila, Mr. Remmer's daughter, had been invited to the Duke's party. People in the Arvis manor had soon caught on to the rumor. Word of the party circulated quickly to the rest of the residents. Everyone initially was mystified before turning to sympathize with her upon finding out the whole story. Every soul in that place could see how badly Lady Brant treated the pitiful Leila like she was her dog.
I fail to see why all the aristocrats are so nasty.
Bill Remmer had been resting in the shade from the midday heat when Madame Mona, the chef, visited him in the afternoon. The surprising news rooted him to the spot.
The aristocrats claim to be considerate, but how intimidated would Leila be in such a place?
Leila isn't the type of child who is easily intimidated by things like that. She would only briefly show her face and come back.
Ugh, men don't know anything.
Bill just scratched his neck when she grumbled. He poured water into the glass and offered to Madame Mona.
Let's show them what they deserve.
What do you mean?
You don't understand what I mean? With Leila's pretty looks, let's take the wind out of those aristocrats' sails.
No, why are you so?
I knew it. Do you want to send Leila to the party in her uniform?
What's wrong with school uniforms?
Bill looked at a loss and Madame Mona sighed.
Look here, Bill Remmer, after all these years, don't you think you should know how to raise a daughter?
What do you mean, a daughter? I'm still thinking about where to send her.
Sure, you have to think about that. You'll think when you send Leila on her wedding day. Think when you'll hold her children. And think even when you're in your coffin.
No! How could I send that little girl off to marry? You're talking gibberish.
Seeing Bill heat up with anger, Madame Mona's lips softened.
And you still say she's not your daughter. You're a man I really don't understand.
Just leave if you're going to keep talking nonsense.
Come on, let's buy her a new dress, Mr. Remmer. She's a girl. How happy will she be when she gets a surprise gift?
Madame Mona suggested him with a commanding tone.
Leila isn't the type of child who would ask for a dress. And you're not the type of person who would care. So I have no choice but to meddle. I'll help you.
How?
You pay for the dress and I'm going to get it ready for her.
Do it, then.
Bill went inside the house with a grouse and brought his bag out. He used to save his money in the cottage due to his skepticism of the bank. Leila had previously gone to the forest. She returned to the cottage when Madame Mona was collecting money from Bill to purchase dresses and shoes. The two hurriedly concealed the proof of their deal and put on an innocent act. Madame Mona refused Leila's offer of a cup of tea. After she exited the cottage, Bill silently tucked his purse into his back seat.
Did Madame Mona nag you talking about me again? I haven't been climbing trees lately.
Leila anxiously asked after, standing near the chair next to Bill.
It's not like that. No need to worry about it.
I'm glad to hear that.
Leila smiled and leaned into her chair after taking off her hat. Bill was delighted to see Leila sporting the straw hat he had given her this summer. He no longer regretted giving Madame Mona his money as he thought it would be multiple times more fulfilling to see Leila dressed up in an elegant dress.
Leila!
Leila turned after Bill abruptly called her.
What are you planning to do? I mean, about the Duke's party.
I'm just stopping by to say hello. Since the Etmans have also been invited, I will go with Kyle.
Really? That herbivorous glutton is finally paying all for all the food he has eaten at my house.
Bill felt a rush of relief wash over him when he heard Kyle's name. That boy was someone he fully trusted.
But don't you need anything? A dress to wear, things like that.
I'm fine, Uncle.
What do you mean you're fine? Are you planning to wear your school uniform?
Well, that isn't a bad idea.
Leila giggled with delight. Seeing her look so carefree, Bill was absent-minded.
Is it true that I'm clueless about raising a daughter? No! My daughter? What nonsense!
Bill muttered in a dazed dismay and quickly retracted the idea. He felt awkward when he met Leila's puzzled gaze, which was framed with sparkling glasses. Bill tasted her efforts to avoid causing him any trouble and avoid being indebted to him if possible. He fully understood. He simply hid it beneath his bluntness, unable to find the right words to comfort her. Bill admitted that Despite her extreme means, Madame Mona had made a great decision to surprise Leila with a dress and shoes.
Leila,
Bill called her once again and mustered his guts.
there's a scorcher outside.
Again, he failed to express the words he wished. Leila chuckled at Bill, who cleared his throat. After saying useless things and gently grasped his hand on the chair's armrest.
I'm the one who should comfort you instead.
Bill's expression got sour, but he couldn't shake off her little hand. Leila smiled at him. She was a girl with a charming smile. Evening had fallen when Leila rose from her seat. The chamber was bathed in inky darkness. She lay motionless on her bed, taking in everything around. A familiar ceiling, creamy curtains that hung over the window, an old desk with a few books on it, a soft duvet cover with a light scent of sunshine.
I'm in my room.
Leila let out a relieved sigh when she realized where she was. The nightmares persisted to torment her. She had a flashback to the time she was abandoned in this world. She was without a family and forced to travel around her relatives' houses. Every day, Leila had been having the same dreams, until she met Uncle Bill. Even so, her recollection of the place that had instilled in her the fear of water stayed vivid in her mind.
It's all because of you!
Her uncle always wreaked his anger on her whenever he was drunk. He was a shy and quiet guy when he was sober, but the uncle Leila remembered was a man who was drunk 5 days a week. He got more aggressive when he lost money at the casino and never failed to swear and slap her. Leila resented him. He was someone she detested. All she could do was endure it, as an orphan with nowhere else to go. Given that, Leila made every effort she could. She never took a rest from helping with the housework and only ate a little. She rarely moved around, just like an object placed in the corner of the house. On the day she was officially kicked out of the house, her aunt was kind enough to give her a paper bag with cookies. Leila took the paper bag from her aunt and said her last goodbyes. Leila took out the cookie before going to the place of the next relative and ate it in the carriage. The chocolate's deliciousness was tearing her heart, but she refused to cry. On the ride to her destination, Leila practiced smiling. No one in this world liked crying orphans. So, the more she wanted to weep, the more she tried to make her smile bright. Her dainty lips bloomed even wider after being booted out repeatedly. When she had to cross the border into Berg, though, she hardly smiled. Leila did believe that the single address she had in her hand was her last hope. She would be forced to go to an orphanage if she was abandoned again. Leila couldn't forget. The day she had the best smile she'd ever had was the day she met Uncle Bill's warm, compassionate eyes. It was an unforgettable day when she truly had a family and a home to which she longed to return to.
Everything is going to be well.
Leila comforted herself and awoke from her slumber. She seemed unconcerned and didn't want to dwell on the Duke's party, which was to be hosted this evening. She planned to attend the party with confidence and then quietly leave. Claudine Brandt surely didn't know how much Uncle Bill and this warm cottage meant to her, and how Leila was willing to do anything to protect them. Leila flung open the window and let the fresh air in. She washed her face and quickly changed her dress. After she slammed the door shut,
Good morning, Leila.
she was greeted by Uncle Bill, who was getting ready to go gardening.
Uncle, good morning. Let's go together.
The manor was poised to welcome guests as the afternoon arrived. The large-scale party was an everyday thing for Arvisans. They carried out their responsibilities for their respective roles. All that remained was for the sunset to herald the commencement of this glitzy celebration. Nobody in Arvis Manor expressed worry about the party's success today. Tonight's party, like anything else that lay in the Her Heart name, would be perfect as always. Matias dressed up and exited the fitting room in his evening suit. He exuded a chillier impression whenever he had his hair slicked back, exposing his forehead and brows. His piercing gaze and razor-sharp facial features couldn't be melted by the faint smile on the tip of his lips.
It went well and as you had ordered, Master.
Hessen reported. Matthias lifted his brow slightly and turned with a cigarette in his hand.
They left about an hour ago, so the items must have been delivered by now.
Fine then.
Matthias nodded, kindling his cigar which he snuffed between his lips.
Good job.
Hessen bowed his head gladly in response to his master's compliment. Matias found that Claudine had invited Leila Llewellyn to the party through his mother. His mother impressed and lauded Claudine for her kindness and charity towards the deprived orphan. Matias made no objections, believing that the view of Claudine showing her fullest sympathy and compassion when Leila arrived at the party in her shabby outfit would be a cringeworthy sight to see. Matias seemed to know which part of Leila Llewellyn did pique Claudine's attention. The girl named Leila was an annoying little child. Trampling on her pride was kind of an enjoyment. That's why Matias was determined about not handing her off to Claudine. He had no intention of sharing his things with anyone. Only he could have all that fun and pleasure. Only he could bully her. Her only owner was Matias von Herhart.
What shall I do with this, master?
Hessen mentioned the box by the fireplace. It was Madame Mona's prepared present package. The gift was supposed to be delivered to Bill Remmer's cottage today, but Hessen took it and brought it here instead. The butler had replaced the chef's box with another one he had acquired on Matias' request. Matias smoked his cigar as he stared at the gift box. Without opening it, it's easy for him to figure out what was inside.
Throw it away.
His calm directives floated by, along with the soaring tobacco smoke.